Season 4 of the very popular Amazon Prime streaming show The Boys is anticipated to drop in 2024. We don't have a concrete date, and it's just kind of ethereal. It's probably going to come out this year. Don't know for sure or not, but I'd imagine we might get a trailer in on and around Super Bowl time, maybe the Academy Awards, likely the Super Bowl. That seems to fit, but that's not stopping some of the biggest stars from the show from making some headlines, and that would be Erin Moriarty, who plays Starlight. Sorry, my mistake. It's not a show that I've ever watched. I don't like the premise, the whole deconstruction and then bad Superman. It's like we can just kind of go ahead and do without, okay? It's never been my cup of tea, but outside of Reacher, it's like Amazon Prime's #1 rated show, okay? Everybody likes it, that enjoys the genre, and, well, even though it's kind of waned in quality, after everybody really enjoyed Season 1, a bunch of people started to have dissenting opinions about Season 2, and then Season 3, well, it kind of showed up, and, well, everybody started to kind of realize that, you know what, it's fine, it's not quite as good as Season 1, but maybe they'll recapture that spirit. I'm sure that's definitely going to be the case. It's not like the showrunners have a terminal case of TDS, and it's going to be one of those years. No, for sure. But like the title of this video alludes to, the people behind the camera aren't the only ones afflicted with really terrible takes on social media. That would be, yes, Erin Moriarty portrays Starlight as one of the major characters that's in there. Her entire arc of trying to fit in with the superhero team any way that she can, realizing that the veneer that they put out to the public isn't quite the same as what's happening behind the scenes. Like I said, I don't know that much about the show, but I understand the general premise. It's kind of interesting to see a life imitate art in a certain way, but this isn't anything new because eagle-eyed viewers will go ahead and notice that this article was printed about a year and a half ago, back in September of 2022, and, well, she's always kind of had flumpy takes, and you know, social media, it's really not for everybody, okay? If you can't handle it, you don't have to be on it, okay? You're already securing a paycheck, okay? And Amazon and the rest of the stars that are on the show, they can go ahead and handle a lot of the promotion, okay? You can just go out and, you know, do a red carpet every once in a while. That's totally fine. We know you like the attention, but if you can't quite take the heat, well, get back in the kitchen. The Boys star, Erin Moriarty, calls out misogynistic trolling by fans, feels silenced and dehumanized. You are basically a Hollywood star. You are a young, attractive white woman, okay? You're not being silenced or dehumanized by anybody. Unless, of course, you want to talk about some things that are happening behind the scenes in Hollywood, but then again, whatever. Erin Moriarty is calling out misogynistic trolling she has experienced by some fans who watch Amazon's The Boys. Oh yeah, and when Season 4 finally rolls around, now you can watch it with ads, because Amazon finally introduced that tier, so you can pay another $3 a month just for the privilege of resuming the original quality of streaming that you had before. Thanks, Rings of Power. The actor portrays the character of Annie January, Starlight, who has been heavily criticized. I don't know, is her character criticized? I thought it was a character that people generally liked. And like I said, I don't know a whole lot about the show. All I know is, well, this story in general kind of, you know, fits well into my wheelhouse. Moriarty took to Instagram, which this isn't going to be the last time we're going to be talking about that, where she shared an article titled, "I Stand with Starlight, the Betrayal of Erin Moriarty." By The Boys fans. The article points out the hate that the character of Starlight receives on social media. Unbelievable, which transcends to hurtful comments to Moriarty. I'm sure. I do feel silenced. I do feel dehumanized. I do feel paralyzed. I put blood, sweat, and tears into this role. Interesting, because there's some jokes, if I don't want to reveal the lead on this one, that I can make, but that's all right. Maybe you just had an errant injection. And grown up with this character in these character shoes, emphasis and grown up, change and evolve mentally. Yeah, she's 24 or some stuff like that, right? Like, she's not terribly old or anything like that, which kind of makes this story a little bit more heartbreaking, because there you can see from a picture right there, and, you know, some of her, you know, flumpy ideas. It's like, there's the young, attractive white woman, and it's like, you know what, in today's day and age where we're asked to go ahead and stomach a bunch of body positivity crap, it's kind of nice to see somebody at least remotely attractive on screen. But most people, which I would imagine, it's like, oh, I got a couple of bad DMs. It's like you're on one of the most popular streaming shows. Okay, you're going to be getting some DMs. I will goddamn well guarantee them. And I would imagine that the positive ones vastly outweigh the negative ones. That is, of course, if you end up cashing in your meal ticket and then just start to go down the Madonna route. Like, what the hell is going on? This story started to circulate a couple of weeks ago, and it's been a minute. I thought I missed the boat on this until we had a bit of an update, and well, she just went back to her roots and started to lash out irrationally, so it gave me an opportunity to hop back on the bandwagon. Erin Moriarty, shout out Camelot, okay, here. This is just a side-by-side that has been making the rounds, and he just had some comments over the top of it that I thought was very interesting. Is claiming that she didn't have plastic surgery, and she just lost weight. Yeah, that's what we're seeing right here. Those two pictures, according to Erin, were, they're like 10 years apart. The one on my right here, okay, the one on the right, was apparently, just after she, made legal age, okay, either 18 or 21 or something like that. I don't know if drinking age or whatever, man. It really doesn't much matter, and that's just her on the left in the current day. It's just different lighting, it's different contouring on her face when it comes to makeup. Don't point out that her nose is completely different with a different point to it and a different depth to it. Don't point out that her lips are a little bit fuller. Don't point out that her jawline is far more pronounced. It's just simply losing weight exclusively in your face and in your cheeks and around the areas of your face that, allow you to smile a little bit. No, definitely. She didn't have plastic surgery. She just lost weight. I agree. She announced that she is leaving social media in a social media post and hasn't closed down any of her accounts. Kind of like she was saying beforehand that she needed to get off social media 18 months ago. Interesting. I'm sorry, but your lips and nose don't completely change shapes from 10 pounds of weight loss. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Like if I lose 10 pounds or gain 10 pounds, you can't really notice because I'm 6.5 feet tall. Bigger guys can go ahead and carry weight a little bit differently. But if you're 5 foot fuck all, okay, and you lose 10 pounds, yeah, it's going to make a big difference, but not that big of a difference, okay? And people have been honestly, obviously pointing that out, and it involves somebody that I don't necessarily think has the best takes on, well, practically anything. But when you're right, and I got to give you your flowers on this. And you got Megyn Kelly pointing out, well, the obvious. So yeah, of course, because it's obvious, at least she's got to get this one right? Actress Erin Moriarty rages at misogynistic Megyn Kelly. Okay, that seems to be one of her favorite go-tos, but okay, maybe she got a point here. I doubt it. Megyn Kelly accusing her of plastic surgery addiction. I don't really know if it's an addiction, but it's definitely a hell of a good start because, okay, there's another side by side, and your nose is different. Your lips definitely have filler in them, or they're overlined, even though they do look like they have filler. And your cheekbones are definitely different. Like, come on now, as somebody who's got nice high cheekbones, you can definitely tell the difference between the rounder features of your youth as opposed to, I don't know, you're getting into character for your new role in the Close Encounters of the Third Kind reboot that's coming out. Amazon Prime's The Boys star Erin Moriarty angrily responded to podcaster Megyn Kelly, accusing her of a plastic surgery addiction based on a viral post comparing one of her recent Instagram selfies to an earlier picture of the actress. There's the original post that ended up, making the rounds. I just decided to pick a different one, obviously. The actress was responding to a January 17th episode of Megyn Kelly Show podcast lamenting that more and more young women are getting surgeries to look like Kim Kardashian. Well, that would be biting commentary, and again, for as much praise as I was anticipating to give Megyn Kelly, if you're saying that chicks in 2024 are trying to look like old-ass Kim Kardashian, I mean, come on, aren't her younger sisters, there's Kylie and, is it Kendall? I legitimately don't know, but they're the Jenner ones. Yeah, so they're her half sisters. Aren't those the models for plastic surgery for younger chicks that are out there? That'd be like all of these kids today. They want to get the plastic surgery like Joan Rivers. Like, to update your references, for Christ's sakes. Like, I know I'm an old head, but Jesus Christ, get out of that neocon, trad cuck echo chamber for a second and touch grass a bit. She's 29 years old. She's 29. yo, man, she's 29 in the picture on the right on this time around, okay? The one that was making the rounds. Oh, look, 29, and I don't mean that in a flattering way. That's real tough. That's big tough. And she's a beautiful actress, and she decided to completely change her face. Well, not completely. It's like, you understand the point that she's trying to get across. Here's a picture of her before, which I think is relatively recent, within the past year or so. A very beautiful girl. So beautiful that she was becoming a very famous Hollywood actress. Yeah, getting a good recurring role on a very popular show definitely gives you a leg up in the industry, unless, of course, you're Rachel Zegler and then you get tapped by Steven Spielberg for your lack of talent, but warm hands and inviting mouth. Now, some people work for their success. Like I said, I've never seen the show. It doesn't appeal to me at all, but I hear good things about her character. Anyways, now look at her. Look at it. Look at that. Yeah, she's got the Kim Kardashian lips. They're not quite that atrocious. She's made her nose so skinny. She's definitely got the MJ nose, that's for true. It looks like a pencil now. It's not that bad. But yes, hyperbolic, I understand. Not to pick on this Moriarty girl. See, she's like not even picking on her. Okay, yeah, but more and more young women are doing this. Yes, she's using this as an accurate example of how crazy things have gotten and how quickly the women will just, in order to make up for their perceived inadequacies, they're just going to they're going to undergo the knife instead of trying to do the work. And I understand if you think that there's something wrong with your face, there aren't too many facial crunches that you can do in order to, tighten up your cheeks if you think that you've got puffy cheeks or anything like that. But in order to try to cope and say, I didn't undergo the knife at all whatsoever, it's like, come on, it's obvious. It's obvious. Just don't lie. Like, if you wanted to change your face a little bit, that's totally fine, okay? But people are going to point out you had some work done. Don't quite like what you look like now, and you're in the business of presenting a appealing face. Gotta anticipate that blowback, especially if you're going to be on social media. It's not about an objection to plastic surgery. Well, yeah, of course, it would be a little hypocritical for Megyn Kelly to say I don't like plastic surgery. Anyways, it's about an obsession with turning yourself into a fake version of yourself. Yeah, this is what could end up happening, and that's what she's talking about, not picking on the Moriarty girl. It's just simply something that we've seen happen time and time and time again with a bunch of Instagram thoughts that use so many filters that they don't even recognize themselves in the mirror anymore and simply want to have that filtered persona extrapolated out to real life. This is something that plastic surgeons have been talking about for a while now. This isn't just a made-up phenomenon. Please don't do this, Kelly concluded by suggesting that the actress is an addict. Yeah, there you might have, stepped over a line. It's like there's nothing really to suggest that other than, trolling through her Instagram through the years and realizing that, ooh, some things are a-changing. Somebody needs to step in and... when you see that you've got an addict here, the same way that a bartender will say that the guy's barfing at the end of the bar asking for another glass of scotch, it's time for you to stop, sir. Plastic surgeon needs to say, it's time for you to stop, madam. Like, you've gone too far. This aesthetic that you're going for, it should literally be a nip or a tuck. It shouldn't be like this drastic makeover of already beautiful women who are obviously suffering mentally. That's my own judgment. I realize I'm passing it, and it's not my life to lead. It's theirs. I just feel like I really hope that this isn't the truth for my daughter when she gets older. And I hope it's not the truth for America's daughters. Yes, just wrap yourself in the flag at the end. But obviously, Erin Moriarty caught wind of this interview and obviously took it personally. Now, instead of just reading a synopsis, we've got, the wall of text that she posted right there. Okay, this is something I truly never anticipated writing. We're all subject to levels of bullying throughout our lives, and I am horrified. I felt that I deserved to take a second to address these things. I have no idea what is going on, to be honest, because I've had one of the most challenging weeks of my life. Oh, shut up. And I specifically thought that as I emerge this period of time, so stressed that I have barely been able to eat and sleep. Well, that's also another sign of a problem that's there. Maybe not a plastic surgery addict, but you might have an eating disorder. I thought, okay, I'm going to emerge this 10 pounds thinner, or the verbal abuse accusations will be flying, either the drug use or a flippant eat a burger comment. whatever. You learn to become Teflon and move on. Let's just go back. When was that? Okay, you were leveling these accusations back in 2022. Obviously, you've learned from the initial dust-up to receive a message about a disgustingly false, counterproductive to the degree of being ironically misogynistic video of Megyn Kelly commenting on the manner. To learn the widespread nature, this has left me horrified. The only thing that horrifies me about this is just your lack of using a comma. Megyn used the photo taken a year ago, according to her, that I had actually been taken about a decade ago before I was legal drinking age. Okay, that's where it was from, right? So, okay, I'm about to turn 30. Yeah, we know. That's probably why you've been going to the plastic surgeon a little bit more recently. As an example, maybe do some research that would take 30 seconds. No, you look that way for a very long period of time, and then all of a sudden you come back out and go, wow, you don't really look like you, but all right then. How utterly misinformed, inaccurate, and clickbait-seeking people who, that's not very good format anyways, who will follow and consider to be informed is appalling. Well, go ahead and dispute any of these claims. If you've got the receipts on this, well, feel free, but it seems like you're the one doing more mudslinging than somebody saying you should just go ahead and use this as an example to don't overly rely on plastic surgery. But okay, I got my makeup done that day and it involves major contouring. Right. As somebody who hasn't really, done a lot of makeup in his time, I can understand, right? And I also understand the practice of contouring, but guys, that's a little bit more than using light and shadows to go ahead and, have the higher cheekbone persona, okay? Widen out the eyes, just add a little bit more fullness to the lips, have a harsher jawline. There's something else at play there, obviously. And I understand, baby fat. Okay, I wasn't even 20 at that time. I wasn't even legal drinking age, and now I'm an old spinster who's just really mad at the world. It's like, yeah, I understand that, age does things, but if you're approaching 30, you don't have any wrinkles, huh? That's very interesting. You must have been living a very pampered life if you haven't undergone any stress like you're claiming to have gone under. Anyways, even that day was an immensely stressful day for me. Oh, shucks, that throws that idea right out the window. I came running to those girls and I showed up in tears after what had happened that day, and I was feeling better simply because I went and had reduced my lack of sleep and worked their magic wands. I saw the comments scathing enough just to turn my comments off. But this is becoming harassment. This is becoming false news. Anyway, she just goes on to continue to share news or updates. I'm deciding to invest my energy into work. Social media is not something that comes naturally to me. Yeah, we know. We know. You kind of spurred out multiple times over. You don't have to believe me when I say the videos are absolutely false. There's no excuse, for these horrific allegations, verbal abuse that I had to delete, genuinely false information is being used to perpetuate a message that is exhibitionist feminism. What the hell? Okay. All I seen was a word, and it's like, what the hell is going on here? Shame on you. Fox News. Void incarnate? Is that a boys thing? Not entirely sure. Implying that the photo is reflective of women being in a worse place is false as my conviction. Yeah, let me tell you that my appearance has nothing to do with my stressful lifestyle, and that women like me are definitely not in that same situation. How dare you draw those obvious parallels? But like I said, man, okay, cool. That's her from what, like a year or so ago? Okay, fantastic. Okay, there's her. Okay, so we got this little goofy-ass video that's right here. Okay, cool. Can we go ahead and, where we have something a little bit higher or closer up? Because, yeah, you can still see some of the pictures that are right there. Okay, yeah, and it might be a little bit of weight loss on that one, but the nose, it's interesting, man, because, okay, cool. Again, like, she just likes to post a lot of reels, a lot of reels. Oh, she also scrubbed her timeline. Oh, god damn it, because there was older posts that were on there from way beforehand, back when I wanted to talk about this to begin with, but yeah, it's really tough to say. And even from that screenshot that you see right there, just her nose with the upturn that's there, opposed to the picture where it's just an obvious downturn now. You reflect on the pictures from when I was not even legal drinking age, and I mean, come on, man, like what are we doing here? Stop lying. If you take offense to the pictures, I don't know. Maybe this is one of these. Maybe this is one of these points in time where we can go ahead and reflect. Obviously, it's not going to be in her comment section, which are just going to be overwhelmingly support her. But actually, reading through some of these comments, okay, I got to go ahead and run that back. Are you really going to sit here and pretend you didn't have a boatload of cosmetic procedures done? I like to see that. How is it the fans of The Boys are so unironically misogynistic that they didn't even did they even watch the show? No, you can go ahead and assess two pictures and go, wow, something's clearly going on or going wrong here. And then a lot of people just going TLDR on that one, not reading all that. Yeah, exactly. Still wondering why the fuck weren't making women's physical appearances everybody else's business? Oh, because that's how they get hired to begin with, because they were looking for a cute blonde to fill the role of a cute blonde, and she fit the bill. And the little that I do know about the storyline of The Boys, and the Starlight character is just so funny how life can imitate art sometimes. But yes, it's kind of nice to see. Complaining about the consequences of your actions is crazy, and then people proving her point in the comments is crazy. I'm convinced. Yeah, being famous isn't worth it. Yeah. If this can be used as an opportunity to just go ahead and wake people up to the consequences of their action, bringing shaming back in at least some small form or fashion rather, likes the attention. Obviously, there's a reason that you posted this, and it has over 132,000 likes in 3 short days. I mean, come on, she's just gonna go back to The Boys, and she'll just go ahead and say something stupid after a lot of people just go, wow, the season 4 really fell off, when her 15 minutes of fame is ultimately up because she's a little bit more insufferable than her talent would go ahead and afford her. Well, hopefully she can go under the knife and get a better personality out of the deal. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I should follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.